Oh, can make it here today. Sorry, I look a little disheveled. I'm recovering from doing deep cleaning yesterday. But anyhow, hope everybody's having a really good day, night, morning, evening, and we have little Miss Princess. She's got to be the center of attention. Oh my goodness. See, she stopped meowing the second I put her on the camera. So yeah, she loves the attention, y'all. She is just. Mm-hmm. Look at that. Do you like getting attention? I know you do. She is cracking me up today, y'all. In 10 different languages. Yeah. Oh, hey, baby. Everybody, welcome, welcome. Hello, Denise and Willow. Hi. Little Miss Princess had to come up on here. I think she wanted some attention. So she was meowing and meowing and meowing earlier. The second I put her on camera, she calms down. Hey, look, baby. I know. I know, honey. And she knows it, but thank you, she knows it. Yeah. Yeah, honey. I know. She woke up from her nap, and sometimes she's a little cranky after her nap. So, she just. But oh boy, in a minute, we're going to get into the whole situation. Oh, yeah, they all do. With the trolls on um, the different premieres. I know all about trolls. I've been dealing with trolls for decades almost. Okay. And when you've dealt with them for as many years as I have, you learn a thing or two about them. And we're going to go and talk a little bit about technology because I know a lot of people can't fathom just how much a troll can do. Okay. And what they can do. Now, it all depends on how technological advanced they are. And believe you me, the ones that I've dealt with are very advanced. It is scary. It is scary how advanced they are. Well, they want, that's the thing, we'll get into that in a minute. They can make it seem like it's one thing, but in case in point, it's not at all what they're trying to do. That's kind of like a cover for what they're wanting to do. And it's very, very, it's crazy. Okay, um, I've had a stalker on TikTok for the past 4 years, 4.5 years or so. And let me tell you, this person is very technologically advanced. Now, I used to go live on TikTok every night. Hello, hello. I used to go live on TikTok live every night, you know? Well, it's more than that. It's more than that. The ones that are coming after Tam, I'm doing good. I hope you are too. This is purely vengeance. This is vengeance 101. Um, they're wanting to disrupt his whole channel. Now, the problem started back when um, there was a picture of Uncle Fong, at Tam's house. That kind of burst the door open. So I knew there would be heavy, heavy troubles for the channel then. And I knew it was going to get pretty bad. But let's go back to when I would go live on TikTok at night. Okay, let's go back to that just for a minute because that's going to prove not prove a point necessarily, but just to clearly show people just the capability of an advanced technological troll. Okay. Now, Steffi said she would have to watch a replay of this because she's sleeping now. So, hey, Steffi. But anyway, I went live on TikTok every night at about 7:30. Okay. And, I started getting a troll close to that time too. And I didn't think much of it at first. But this person would come on, and each time my mods or myself would block this person, but they had so many fake accounts. They came back 2 seconds after you blocked them. Okay. That is called spam chatting. Okay. Or spam trolling. Some people call it different things. But okay, this one night in particular, this person under 240 separate accounts, separate fake accounts, was having conversations with herself, okay? And they were throwing everything in there, politics, they were, and then they started arguing with each other, which was this one person, okay? Um, and this went on and on and on, okay, until I ended the live. Now, it was proven that it was one person that did this. One person that has thousands of fake accounts. This person is very technologically advanced. Now, they can make it seem like it's just over politics or a different, that they have maybe, I don't know, I'm just pulling out of things out of the air that I've seen. It could be that they want to make it seem like it's political or that they're coming at you for your religion. Um, yes, it can happen that way too. Because this person that had all those different fake accounts, all, um, it would be sometimes that they would have different names, and then sometimes it would be the same, but just worded differently. So that's no problem for somebody that is very technologically advanced at all. I've seen it all on TikTok, believe you me. Um, Now, the problem is, yeah, they could change it by just one word, or they could, excuse me, put like a symbol in there, or, you know, it just all depends. But it is totally possible. This person that stalks me on TikTok must have thousands and thousands of, and they can if they're like a wizard of sorts when it comes to technology. And this person is. But now the problem started, let's go back to Tam here now, that when that photo came out, okay, now, you have people on here, and I understand, you know, they are devastated that BB has not been seen or may not come back. We don't know for sure. We do not know. Yeah, it's completely, but we don't know for sure what's going on over there. We could guess all day. We could try to rewatch videos. We can try this and that. There's a whole lot of rumors going around. But at the end of the day, we don't know for sure what's going on over there. So you have a group of people that are determined, you know, that they want to, you know, it was really stupid of him to do that. It was stupid to post that photo, if you want my personal opinion, because that opened the floodgates to the people who now are going to blame Tam for, you know, BB not being seen anymore. Okay. Now, I know there's a ton of different rumors going around. The thing is, I've had things said about me that aren't true, that totally are not true, that I have proof are not true. But you're still going to have some people that believe it, you know? And yes, that's another thing. He should have been up front, you know. I think in that situation, he panicked. And sometimes when you panic, you do say the wrong thing. And that was wrong to deny that he knew him. He should have been honest. That I will not argue with anybody, you know. I think, you know, and yeah, that's another thing. I think he should have, you know, for the beginning sat down and said, you know, this is a situation that I know of. Now, yes, there's still going to be plenty of people who would not understand or that wouldn't believe what he said. There's still going to be a large number of people And I get it. I didn't watch BB from day one, so I don't feel the same way as others. Hey, honey, how are you? How are you freezing? Thank you. You know, so those of you that have watched BB from day one, I have no doubt your heart is just, and how could it not be? How could it not be? But it's not going to bring BB back on here to go after somebody to damage their channel. It's not going to bring BB back on here. Now, again, I don't know what's going on with BB. I have no idea. All I can do, and anybody can do, is just pray. If he is at a vet care getting treatment for whatever, that he is receiving care and being cared for. That's all we could do. Now, somebody's trying to call me. It shows spam call coming in. But no, Tam definitely needs mods on his channel. He just doesn't need one, in my humble opinion. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, that's fine. I have no trouble admitting when I'm wrong. But he needs multiple mods to help control the flow of trolls coming in. Because what's going to happen is what's happened to Lala channel and that chat. A lot of people that used to come in there don't anymore, because why? Um, you know, because they don't want to see the drama that's made by the trolls. Right. I'm doing great, freezing, thank you. But it's like, yes, Quan should have from the very beginning. This was a mistake that Summer and I discussed before, and Andrea too. If he would have sat down with BB at the very moment he decided to stop filming, okay, that's his choice, that's his right. Um, you know, there was at one time though. It was really bad at one time. Like it was crazy. Um, right, freezing, because it got really toxic in there. So what happened is a lot of people just stepped back from it and watching it from the outside, you know? And that's what's going to happen to Tam's channel. He lets the trolls continue to come on there and do what they do. They are distracting people, thank you, from the premiere, you know? Yeah. I mean, they're distracting people from the premiere. And that's what they want to do. They want to get people to stop watching, to stop coming on. Well, I have news for the trolls. If I'm awake in the morning at that time, which I plan to be, I'll be on there. And I will volunteer again. He needs multiple mods there, though. Just not one, he needs multiple, because this situation has gotten out of control. And if he keeps letting it go the way it is, it's not going to be good for the channel. That's what I know. People are going to start watching from the outside more and more. Even if they watch it to connect with others and to have that sense of community and camaraderie, people are not going to keep watching if the trolls take over. And it upsets everybody. And that's when I go live on TikTok, which is not all the time right now. I have a mod or mods in my corner. Right, right. And I knew they'd come back at some point. I knew they would come back at some point, because they always do. These are people that are miserable, that are filled with hate and everything, and they want to create chaos. Um, yeah, they want to create trouble and drama and divide people. They want that more than anything, because they want to bring his channel down. Yeah. And then the Keo channel, yes, right, Denise. And then the Keo channel, I don't allow the trolls to come in there and take over. Mm-mm. And I could tell when it's a troll, because if they keep bringing up the same point over and over, like, oh, Keo looks too skinny to me, Buna looks too skinny, Fan, you need to feed them more, and the refrigerator's always empty. I know that's a troll. I know that's a troll, you know, and I just eject them from the channel. I don't debate with them. I don't argue with them. And I know a lot of people think that that's harsh to do, but the job of a moderator is to try and keep the chat intact, to keep the trolls at bay and to not let things get out of control. Because I've seen what happens when things get out of control. Yeah, I just remove them. Yeah, exactly. Freezing. I don't play with the trolls. I just eject them from the channel and let it be that. And if people want to think I'm being harsh at times, oh well, you know? Um, because like I said, I've seen what happened on so many people just the other day, that same person that has been messing with me has reached a new low on TikTok, y'all. And this will make you steamed. I have a dear friend on TikTok and his mother. The young man's name is Aaron. He's 28 years old, and his mother's name is Sheila. Now, Aaron was born with a traumatic brain injury when he was 3 days old. So he has the intellect of maybe a 6 or 7 year old, okay? But I'm telling you what, in so many ways, that young man is smarter than most people I know with degrees. I kid you not. And he's sharp, sharper than what most people think. But anyway, I was watching from the outside on TikTok. He was on a live with somebody else, and the same person that's been messing with me has now been messing with him, saying, why does TikTok allow a registered, offender of sort, SE, you know, that they're saying that Aaron is and I'm like, oh, no, 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 no. Like, what the flying fudge? You know? I know. We'll get to that in a minute too, Freezing, because I don't like the drama storyline on the Lala thing either between Ken and. That's so stupid. Um, but no, they're messing now with Aaron and getting him upset, you know? And it's like he gets on there to, communicate with others and to mess with somebody that has a traumatic brain injury. You have reached a new low. That is disgusting, you know? Yeah. But yeah, the whole thing with the Lon and Ken storyline. Okay, I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll admit it. No big deal. I think they're already a couple, if not married. Okay? It's just obvious. They're together, whether it's boyfriend, girlfriend, or they're actually married. Okay? Um, they were together. You know what? If they do a video of their first date, huh? I mean, yeah. I mean, honestly, first date, please. We know they're together. You, honey, you would have to be deaf, dumb, and blind, to not see that these two are together. And they have that click. They click. But yeah, the storylines were just so stupid. Like when she left the house to do something, they acted like it was a major argument. Like, what the fudge? But Lala, that little gal has spunk, because did you see it when, when Ken was trying to exercise and she was getting on him? And I bet you one thing too, he won't go drinking and spend all night out ever again, because Lala beat the crap out of him. Did you see her just giving it to him? I'm like, I mean, he learned his lesson, because I guarantee you, he ain't going out drinking again. She'll beat him up again, and he knows it. So, I mean, but that's so funny. That is so funny. I mean, yeah, Denise, he won't be drinking. No, that young man. But some of them are ridiculous. I mean, good night. That's what we say down here, like, good night. You know, I could write better storylines for them. Okay. Like, okay, why don't we know they're together? So why not show the family angle? Okay. If they're not married yet, do they plan on getting married? What is a real day in their life like? Um, Outings together. You know, I think that would be something that people would like to see. You know, their life with Lulu. More factually though. You know what I mean? We want to see real stuff. We don't want to see constant fake arguments and badly written. I could be the head writer. I could be the head writer. I mean, good golly. Hire, you know, I could write storylines for them far better. I mean, it's bad storytelling, really. I mean, and I think it would be a wonderful idea if there could be a crossover, so to speak. Meaning, what if Lala met Keo for a play date? Right. Oh, really? You know, a few people think that. A few people think that. I mean, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Um, I mean, yeah, I'll send him a script. I'll send him a script. I mean, but they could just show more of outings with Lala, you know? But, yeah. But, um, no, they could do a crossover. Let's see Lala and Keo and Buna have a play date. Or Lulu, I mean, Lulu and Lala. That would be fun to see. That'd be fun to see. Lulu, can you see Lulu and Lala? You know? But do a crossover. Do you know how many people would be watching that? There you go. You know? Or show them going on a vacation. Show them going on a vacation. You know? Um, Show what life is like for them. You know? Girls ain't lady, be good, honey. They're acting. Lady is acting up. She's getting a little attitude. But show a crossover. That would be so big, I swear. It would be big. You know, of course, huge numbers would watch, hon. Um, Things like that would get more people in, and it would be beneficial to both channels. Both channels. But now let's play what we call devil's advocate for a minute. Let's do a little neighborhood of make believe, Mr. Rogers. You know, I watched that show growing up, the neighborhood of make believe. So, okay, let's get on the trolley to the neighborhood of make believe, okay? Now, if BB was to come back, okay, there could be a way to do it. I mean, huge numbers would tune into that anyway. But if you wanted astronomically huge numbers, surprise. Surprise. Like an hour before, have it to where it shows a premiere. Do you know in that hour or two, like an hour or two before, word would spread? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that for 1 minute? Word would spread like crazy. Yes, everybody would be telling everybody, and everybody would be watching. Everybody would be watching. Even the people that said they never be back. I guarantee you one thing, you know? I know, honey. And the thing is, and we'll talk about people believing all the rumors. You can't do that. You cannot believe all the rumors. There's been rumors about me floating around, especially TikTok, floating around that are not true. but they're there. And unfortunately, some people actually believe it. You know, there's a rumor that I'm married with 5 kids. Now, in all the time that you've seen my apartment. Where am I going to fit 5 kids? Um, right, Denise, there's all kind of rumors about it. But that's the thing, they are rumors. They are rumors, okay? But if I was Quan and going to bring BB back, or you can announce it the night before, for the next morning, everybody would be watching, you know? Everybody would be watching. And one thing's for sure, if that day does come, he will need a lot of mods. He will need plenty of mods. Oh, yeah, they're making it up. Okay, the number one rumor I've heard about BB is that he is no more, if you know what I mean. Okay. A lot of people are internet detectives. I know people been looking and looking and looking and have not found any proof of that. No proof. So another thing that I've heard, yeah, another thing that I heard is that he's at a sanctuary nearby. Well, again, people looked into that. I have not seen one shred of proof. No proof. No proof, But, you know, oh yeah, yeah. He would need, I want to say 20 to 50 mods. And I know some people watching the replay of this is going to say, oh, that's too high of a number. He has over 1 million subscribers. Think of the numbers that would be there to watch when the return. He needs that many. He needs that many. For sure. For sure. He needs that many. That is not a high number at all. That is a low ball number if you want to ask me, actually. When I go live on TikTok, I have, let's see, on my end, I have 10 to 15 mods. Now, I have 13K followers on TikTok, okay? And I'm not there are people on there with much bigger numbers, but that's pretty good, I guess. But I have a lot of mods because I need them. And they do not play. They don't play. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I understand, and he handled it wrong. I am not at all going to say, oh, Quan's totally blameless. No. He is responsible for all the mayhem and craziness going on. He could have squelched that had he just made a video from the very beginning, stating that, you know what, things have gotten too much for my family and myself. BB, is not feeling well. I want to get him care, and this is just too much for me right now. And we're going to step away. I don't know if we'll ever be back, but if we will, I'll let you know. Had he done that, now there'd still be people making trouble, of course, because they do. But if he had been honest and upfront from the very beginning, this could have been avoided. A lot of it could have been avoided. People are hurt. They're angry. They feel let down. I understand that. They have every right to feel how they're feeling. Every right. But obsessing is not going to bring BB back. It's not. Right. He needs to do that. Yeah. Freezing. And I get that. A lot. I'm worried about BB. Now, I didn't watch him from the beginning like many of you did. Okay. I get that. So I don't feel the same way, the same pain as yours. If I watched him for the very beginning, I cannot imagine how I'd be. I cannot even imagine. But all we could do is pray. That's all we could do is give it to God, Right. It may be too much for him because people get obsessed. Now, I know about that too because I've had people obsess over me on TikTok. I don't know why. They've looked into my personal details, like my address. They have posted my address and phone number on a live on TikTok many times before. They have looked into where my mother is staying at the nursing home where she was at. Um, they obsess. People obsess. Now, I don't know why. Don't ask me why. And I get it. When you put yourself out on social media, you are putting yourself out there. I get that. But there should be lines that are not crossed. You know? There should be certain lines that aren't crossed, but people cross them. I've seen it so many times. Yes, there are. There are very crazy people out there. And unfortunately, I know all about that, you know? And they're not going to change it anytime soon. Unfortunately, not. But, all we could do for BB is pray for him. That's all we could do is pray. As long as he's happy and healthy, or if he's not well, if he's getting treatment, that's all we could do is pray. But yeah, Quan should have been honest from the very beginning. From day one, the very moment he had that thought in his head, we're not coming back. He should have made a goodbye thank you video for everybody that's followed them from the beginning, from the very beginning. He should have thanked them. He should have thanked them. Thank you, hon. Thank you. He should have thanked them because that was a slap in the face to people. That was a letdown to people. I mean, he did not handle it the right way. No, 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 no. He handled it the way he should have handled it. Oh my gosh. But and another little monkey has not had a video premiere on their channel in a long time now. Yes, I believe this is at her doorstep. Diplina, Diplina, Diplina. And she told me before, she told me she was going to bring down the monkey channels. She told me. More than one time when we would have because, okay, for those of y'all that don't know, I encountered little Miss Diplina shortly after her visit with BB, and she was blocked by Quan at first. He should have left her blocked. Mistake number one the second mistake he made was not keeping her blocked. So I didn't know the whole story though, why she was blocked. Okay, so I felt sorry for her at one point. And I said, honey, are you on Facebook? And she goes, yeah. I said, okay, here's my name on Facebook. Find me. And she found me. Okay. Well, at first, now this will tell you her mindset. At first, she would text me once in a while and saying, hey, how's your day? We're getting into it right now, freezing. So, it was just every once in a while at first with me, like, oh, have a wonderful day. I hope, there's a few times where I was sick and, she would say, oh, I hope you get feeling better. Then it went to calling me on Facebook Messenger. Again, at first it was just once a day. I didn't mind that. I thought it was kind of cool and fun. She was calling me, I think she's in London or something, Denise. So we would just talk about general things, nothing particular. Then she started talking very horribly, very, very badly about Shy. She told me about Quan, that she hates the ground he walks on, that he blocked her for no good reason after she went and visited. There was videos of showing her visit with BB and Quan and the family. Well, I don't understand why he blocked me. So that every once in a while phone calls became daily. At one point, it was 10 to 20 calls a day. 10 to 20 calls a day. And, okay, I thought she was in London. Thank you, hon. So she would tell me that she didn't understand why Quan blocked her, that he did her wrong, and she's a doctor. She is a member of the community. And yes, her boyfriend does have money. And she brought that up more than one time, too. So she said, I am so mad at him. I'm going to bring down all the monkey channels. I'm going to destroy them. I'm going to have, and she does have some people in her corner. I don't know how. Apparently, they cannot think for themselves. Um, Me too. Denise, me too. Because, yeah, she was calling me 10 to 20 times a day saying how much she hated Quan. She hated Shy. She hated Arden. You know, she hated a great deal of them. And in particular, she hates Shy. She hates Summer. Oh my gosh. And it's like, she wanted to, and, you know, she wanted to come see me. She wanted to come see me. No. Yeah. She said her and her boyfriend could stay at the Omni Hotel, which that is a $1 billion hotel a few minutes from my front door. It's a fancy hotel. Okay, I don't care how much money they have. And she was like, oh, well, we could take you shopping. Yeah, she was wanting to see Max badly. Um, but she said, oh, we could take you to North Park Mall. We could take you, you know, to go clothes shopping. And oh, we could get new things for Mama. And wouldn't you like a new bed for your room? Wouldn't you like a new recliner? And I'm uncomfortable with somebody I barely know giving me all that, okay? I don't want people to feel like ever that they have to buy my friendship. They don't. Denise, she did that for a reason. She wanted to have her hooks in my life, you know? She wanted to be able to control me, saying, oh, well, we bought all that one. We bought you all this stuff. Exactly, freezing. So when she visited Quan and BB, no doubt she bought them stuff that we didn't even see on the videos, okay? So, yes, Denise, she wanted to control me. Oh my gosh. And she was even talking about moving Mama to another facility. Oh, if there's extra expense, we'll cover it. I said, no, you leave my mom where she is. It's not the fanciest looking place on the inside at all. It's not. But they take care of her and they know her and they know how to take care of it and they do a really good job. That's my only concern, you know? It is, Denise, typical narcissistic behavior. But she would always throw it up to me, well, I'm a doctor. I'm a doctor. And she would always say, well, Shy is below me because I'm a figure in society. Okay, onward. And the restaurant she wanted to go to, she looked at the restaurants in downtown Dallas, y'all. She was looking up restaurants for her and her boyfriend to go to while they stay here. Hey, I've been to those restaurants, they're not my type. She does, Denny. She told me more than one time. But no, one of the places is the Mansion on Turtle Creek. I've been there before, lady, and I didn't like it because it's too stuck up. How about that? I'm not interested, okay? I don't like uppity places. It's not my style. It's not my style. But, you know, and finally I blocked her after she started calling me so many times in a day. That's when I backed away. I'm like, you're calling me too much. I mean, seriously. I told her, I said, you really need help. You really need help. She is freezing. So no doubt, and she told me she's going to bring down all the monkey channels. Max has not had a premiere in I don't know how many months. We don't, I have an idea who's behind that. Don't we, Denise? Don't we? And you too, Freezing. We know, we know. Oh, wow. In December. But we know who's behind. Of course we do. Of course we do. She is behind all this foolery, all this mayhem, all this craziness, okay? She is determined, and she told me what her game plan was, and that's not smart. If you're going to bring down every monkey channel on YouTube, don't tell everybody about it, don't brag about it. Oh my gosh, you know? But yeah, Max has not had a premiere in months and months. If you look on Max Family Channel, now some hackers got a hold of the other channel that they used to have and are posting quote unquote current videos, but they're not, they're old videos. But they have not been seen in months and months. Gee, I wonder why. I wonder why. You know, Diplina said she's going to bring them all down. Yes, I do too. I do too. Somehow this nutcase has connections. She has connections. So, now, as far as Max and Fu, they may have had to move quickly too, Denise, you know? They probably had to move. She's determined to bring them all down. She told me she's going to bring them all down. So there you go, Freezing. That's the story behind Little Miss Diplina. She also had other fake accounts, by the way. But I always know when it's her. I always know when it's her. Because she tries to sound differently, but you know it's her. She is so not smart. She's, oh my gosh. And I don't know why the heck, I almost let a word slip. I don't know why the heck her boyfriend bankrolls all of her whatever she wants to do. Oh my gosh. Denise, why? Why? Oh, yeah, Freezing. But yeah, she's determined to bring them down. Because she cannot stand it that Quan did not let her, you know, have her way, so to speak, okay? And Fu told her, yeah, thanks, but no thanks for the visit, like I did. And she, even after I told her no, she still tried to push it on me, you know? Me too. Right, honey. Yeah, I would love that too. I would love to see Kyo too. You know, take her shopping, you know. But no, she still tried to talk about coming to vacation to see me. Oh my gosh. She wanted to even, he did, Denise, yeah. But she even tried to get me to say, oh yeah, come see me. Because they were going to get me a room at the Omni. Hey, Princess, come here, baby. Now, why would I want to stay at the Omni Hotel near me when I live like 2 or 3 minutes away from it? And I have my own place, thank you very much. Why would I need a room over there? That sounded very ick to me, you know? I just got a sick feeling when she brought that up. Like, why would I want, you know? It doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to leave the girls. Mm-mm. The only time I have left the girls is when I was in the hospital. You know what I mean? I know I go out during the day here and there, but the only time I have left them was when I was in the hospital a few years ago. Yeah. Right. And you know, that's another thing, though. People can doctor photos to make it look like anything, you know? And with the people in her circle, they could make it seem like that, you know? That's easy to do. I mean, and that this whole AI stuff is scary. You know, sorry my hair is everywhere. Speaking of scary. But she's determined to bring down all the channels, one by one by one. So far there has been no more, BB. There's no, Max. Well, I don't know. We don't know for sure, because we unfortunately weren't there, you know. But I know she has had faked photos before. And, that is just. She's crazy. She's crazy, you know. Oh, she's four-faced. She's not two-faced. She's four-faced. I mean, she is. But yeah, I have no interest in ever meeting her. Ever meeting her. Why would I want to? You know? And again, some of the stuff she brought up, I thought was really, really overstepping on her part, you know? Like talking about moving my mother to another facility. What? I don't know her to be having that conversation. You know? Oh, okay. Okay, honey, I was confused there for a second. Thank you for clearing that up for me. Okay. But honestly, I mean, Deplina is very disturbed. She's very disturbed. And the last thing in the world I ever want in my lifetime is to meet her. No. No. Honey, I would be running like I haven't ran in years. Oh, okay, hon. Okay. But no, I would run from Deplina like I haven't run in years. Because she is crazy. She is crazy. Once she latches onto somebody, you become her obsession. Like, it is scary. You know, I just, I kind of get nauseated when I think of her because, oh my gosh. And to think at one point I felt badly for her. Oh, no, no, no. Not anymore, you know. I mean, because honestly, she is determined, like I said, to bring down all the monkey channels. I think so, Denise. That's a very good. I'm not going to call that a guess because to me, it sounds very likely to me. She told me she has a group of different people from different walks of life, that will do whatever she wants because she gives them stuff. Okay. She finds out about your life and she gets an eye for what you need. You know what I mean? And she, like, what did I tell her when? And this was just something innocent that I said. Oh yeah, I said, well, I add money onto my Lyft account. That's a ride share. It's not a ride share, but it's a driving service that I use. Okay. And she goes, oh, well, I could send you a gift card thing for that. I said, oh, no, no, that's okay. I said, thanks, but, I'm quite all right. And then another time I had just mentioned about I'm always talking about putting in a Walmart order, okay? She goes, oh, I could send you a gift card through your email if I could have your email. No way. Mm-mm. No bueno. No bueno. I said, thanks, but no thanks. I said to Plena, no, no, no. She goes, well, I can sing about 500 or so. I'm like, no. You know what I mean? I was not about to take a dime from her. But no doubt her circle, um, right, Denise? That's what she does for her circle, though. She makes them beholden to her. You know what I mean? That they would do anything for her. Yeah, I wasn't going to take a dime of her money, Denise. No way. No, no, no. I don't need that money that badly. You know what I mean? Oh, my goodness gracious. But no, no doubt, if I would have said, um, right freezing, I just was not going to take a penny from her. You know? I mean, I'm well, I'm not rich. I mean, good grief, nuh-uh. But I don't go without. Okay, I'll put it that way. Not to brag or nothing, but I mean, she just, you know, but no doubt the people in her circle that does her bidding, if only she was dreadful, Denise, if only I could work with that. But no, she gets stuff that she knows will make a big difference in people's lives. Right, freezing, and I do. That's why I ended up blocking her. Let's say one of the people in her group, let's say, has a child, okay? And let's say the child, I don't know, might need, a new uniform for football or whatever. I'm just throwing whatever out there. She would probably Cash App or PayPal them or Zelle the money for the uniform and say, oh, that's okay, it's on me. See, and she keeps doing that with the people in her circle, you see. So she bought them. The people in her circle are bought and paid for 180%. She is contributing to their lives in some way. Money. Money. I don't need or want her kind of money. I'm just fine. Right, Denise, because you know what? Sooner or later, some of those people that she's bought are going to wake up one day and they're going to be sick and tired of having to constantly be at her beck and call. They're going to get sick of it and they're going to turn on her. They are going to turn on her eventually. And when that happens, that won't be pretty at all. It will not be pretty. And I cannot think of another person who deserves it more than her. So it's going to karma's coming to her front door. She has played with people's minds. She has interfered in people's lives. She's obsessed. She is obsessed with bringing down every monkey channel one at a time. Well, she definitely won't be my bestie anytime soon. I mean, I don't expect a dime for my friends. I don't, you know. I mean, no, no. I just want people's friendship. That's all I want. Good grief, you know. I'm. Yes, she is. Don't ever underestimate Deplina. Do not ever underestimate her. She is the last person people should underestimate. She is capable of any and everything. And whether people watching the replay of this want to believe me or not, that's fine. You don't have to believe everything I say. You don't. But at the end of the day, do your homework on this woman. Do your homework on her. Denise, if only she was in that case, I could work with it. If only. But, she's definitely, I mean, she's in a league of her own. And that's not a good thing. I'm not saying that as a compliment. No, no. You know, she's like a snake. She slithers in and she has a tight grip on people. And no doubt she has a very tight grip on her group. No doubt. No doubt. They're at her beck and call. And she's bragged about that before. At first, I thought she was just joking, but no, it is no joke. She does have people at her beck and call. Money. She controls them with money. Oh, you think I was going to take a dime for her? No, absolutely not. You know, I don't want not one penny from her, not anything. Mm-mm. You know, I don't want a dime from her. Um, the thing is, you know, oh yeah, some will take it. Some people are in very desperate situations. Let's say, now she would be the kind of person to do this. A sick child. Now, even if you have insurance, things can still cost dearly. I know that from personal experience. But let's say you have a sick child and you have somebody like her that comes in and says, hey, I can send you the money for the medicine right now. I can send you the money for that specialist right now. She does have bank. I don't deny that. She has, you know, her boyfriend has a lot of money. Okay. She'd be able to do that. Those people are going to be beholden to her for that. You know, she looks for weakness in people's lives. You know, she's observant. That's one thing I can honestly say about her. Yeah, she has a hold on them then. She is very observant. Very observant. I mean, it just boggles my mind, you know. But she's very observant. She looks for the things in your life that she would say, hey, I could help you with that, you know. Like Denise, when you were saying, you know, about talking about shoveling the driveway or something, she would probably say, oh, I could hire somebody to do that for you. What do you want to bet? What do you want to bet? I could hear her say that to you right now. Well, I could hire somebody to do that for you. She doesn't have to live where you live to do that either. Mm-mm. She would have in 2 seconds. And when you had the trouble with your snowblower, remember that? She'd probably not order you a new one, but have somebody put it together for you. What do you want to bet? What do you want to bet? She would be looking for that. Okay. She is very observant. Yeah. Yeah. And the favors never stop. The favors never stop with people like that. No. When I do something for somebody, I don't expect anything back, you know? I mean, because I know what it's like to have needed help before in my life. We've all at some point have needed help. But anybody who's helped me has not held it over my head or said, oh, you owe me. No. And when I help people, I don't expect anything back. No. Thank you is enough for me. You know what I mean? That's good enough. That's good enough, you know. I don't expect, you know, to constantly remind people, oh well, if it hadn't been for me, you wouldn't have been able to buy any groceries, or, you know, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have had this right. Oh, please. You know? No. I mean, not at all. I mean, but people like her, yeah. Okay, honey, I'm gonna go too because I need to make some dinner in a minute. So, but anyway, y'all, I love and appreciate you so, so much. And thank you for hopping on. So, I really do appreciate it. And for everybody watching the replay, I hope this has been some help in explaining maybe some things. And thank you too very much for watching. And I hope and pray that everybody's doing real well. And I'll see you on the premieres tomorrow. Fasten your seatbelts, people, because it's going to get even more bumpy, okay? But I love y'all so, so much. Okay, Friesen, you have a wonderful sleep. And God bless y'all. And I'll see you in the next one, honey. Bye bye. Bye bye.